Hi, it's Dee by Spirit. We're going to do a reading that is specifically towards someone that gets their divine inspiration, that feels their connection to the divine through nature. So, we're going to use animal cards, we're going to use nature oracle cards, and then just this inspiration. I just thought, do we consider the ethereal of angels? Do we consider the things of spirit, do we consider them to be nature? Because I felt called to pull from the angel cards. And so as I was shuffling this deck and getting ready, this card fell out. God is your source. Without my glasses, I won't be able to tell you anything about God being source. Comedy time. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. We've been given the picture, the image of the manger, which also goes back to nature. That's funny. So we've got an angel here kind of communing with nature and showing that God is the source of all the things good that we have in our world, particularly those in the beautiful nursery of nature that was provided for us. So let's start out with the animal cards and see what we pull. See if there's a specific animal. Well, that was three, and we're going to take those three. We have the red squirrel, the peacock, and the hare. A red squirrel, a peacock, and a hare. The red squirrel says, gather your resources now, for they will sustain you through coming change. So we may have something coming that we need to begin to make things easier for ourselves for the future. That's something that is just good to do in general. Just think about what will make tomorrow easier or better. What small thing can I do that will give me an abundance tomorrow that I might be lacking so that I don't have to go through that turmoil tomorrow if I have a way to handle it today. The hare, discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. So, something about discernment regarding who we have an encounter with that will lead to the magic of love occurring. And then the peacock, protect your heart from those who may cheat before they hurt you. It almost looks like you have more than one thing rolling here, and that one is the right one that your discernment will lead you to the magic of love, and the one that may be particularly pretty or attractive or just may not be the right one, and it's going to be your discernment that's going to get you through that. And if that's the case, then the resources you may want to gather, well, God is your source. The resource you may want to gather for that is spend some time on your own in thought and in prayer and meditation, or some time in nature if that's what you do. Choose to do that right now so that you can really put some time into this choice and make sure that you use proper discernment in deciding who you allow into your intimate circle, because you want to make sure that you choose the right person to allow in. I'm going to pull a few nature oracle cards, however many fly out, right? And see what they have to say. We have two. Smiling opens my heart and fills my soul with happiness. I now give myself permission to smile for the sake of smiling. And we have happiness in a turtle. Every once in a while, I can tell my dog smiles. So think about happiness when you're making this decision. If there's somebody you're with that you're having a struggle to be with that person, I mean, that sounds silly, but it's not. I mean, sometimes like we want something to work, but it's not working. It's more of a struggle, and we just want it to work. But if you're not happy in that circumstance, you might want to consider that a clue to add to your discernment what you should choose to find the actual magic of love, because I assume that the magic of love is definitely going to incorporate some happiness in it. It's not going to be all struggle. I begin with an optimistic attitude and have faith that however long the journey takes, I can and will make it through. I am open to unfolding possibilities. This is optimism. So this is just sort of the your perspective behind this situation, how you choose to view it. And it seemed to me with that card that however long the journey takes, right? So it could mean that you have to choose this where you find the happiness and maintain optimism, because it may take a little bit longer. Maybe this right here, maybe the what's so attractive about this is that it's coming in right now. Boom, boom, done. Boom, boom, done. And maybe you want to, maybe that's what you're looking for is quick, but you may have to be optimistic using the discernment that it may take a little longer to get to the real, the one that you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be. You may want a little discernment. We're going to do let's do a third card for the nature oracles and see if there's anything else that we can use to aid in this discernment, in this choice that needs to be made. There, maybe the other one. Okay. Infinite. The universe is infinite. It is my time to shine in divine glory. God is your source. It's your time to be happy. To do that, you're going to have to choose optimism. You're going to have to use discernment to choose the right people to allow in your inner circle. Gathering your resources now, I really feel like that those are mental resources, and that is actually you going out into nature, sitting in a tree like a squirrel, as it were, and really using your own intuition and your own connection to the divine to make the decision of what is actually bringing you some happiness in this situation. Which way should you go? Let's pull at least one more angel card and just see what comes out. Your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack of limitation, plenty of abundance for all to share. So don't get into a situation where you're thinking, oh, this is the only time ever. I got two people looking at me and this will never happen again, and just get her done. Don't get lost in thinking that there's abundance and there's plenty for it. There's a special person out there meant for everybody. We believe that either the universe, the divine, whatever you hold your deep faith in, we do believe that there is something that orders things, or we would not live in the beauty and the order naturally in nature that we do right now. And those forces are ordering someone perfect for you as well. And you just have to hold that belief. We have here too, which these are abundance angel cards. So a lot of them do have to do with finances. We have face your financial fears and declutter. When you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure that can no longer control you. Maybe this choice is so pretty because there's money involved, and maybe that's something we don't feel in control of, so we're being tempted by an easy way out with this. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness. So stop and think about that. What is your motivation with both of these individuals? Like, what is your motivation? Like, maybe with this person, you'd be poor as a pauper and you both have to do exactly, but you would laugh and smile all the time. Maybe with this person, you would have all the money you ever needed, but you'd be alone all the time. Think about your motivation in making this choice. You'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self doubts. And then with the declutter, it just says you'll feel better and more focused if you take the time to clear away clutter from your living and your workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items, and be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. So, the schedule uncluttered, we need to take time, do your nature thing, do what you do, Take a camping trip over the weekend or just take a hike for the afternoon. Cut the phone off, declutter your brain and your circumstances and your surroundings, and stop and think about this decision that you have to make and what's going to lead to happiness. I mean, can you power through, aloneness, even if you have money, with optimism? It's a different answer for everybody, but if it's the magic of love you're looking for, then you're not looking for quick or easy or just pretty or just money. You're looking for a magic that involves happiness and joy and infinite possibilities. And if your financial fears are affecting this decision, that's a bad way to make the decision. And you need to declutter your mind, and if necessary, your space, but definitely declutter your mind so that you can discern rightly and properly what way to go here. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me and doing the nature thing, and we'll definitely be doing these pointed readings. They're to address different people that have different experiences of the divine. They're to be inclusive, to allow everyone a space to sit at the table, so to speak, and a way to take part in this and to enjoy it and to enjoy being spoken to and maybe hearing something that might help your day. I certainly hope it helps your day. Y'all have a good one.